Hey, I'm Nat from Scott. Work in Switzerland as the international sales guy for the Americas. Introducing the Solace today for 2015. This is a contested version, which is our women-specific geometry. Solace is going to be your bike for long road rides where you want some comfort but still performance. Two different zones in the frame, a comfort zone and a performance or a power zone. Chassis of the bike is nice and stiff. It's going to track well, it's going to transfer your power, give you an efficient ride. The comfort zone's going to diminish some of the road vibration, let you ride longer, let you be more comfortable. Geometry is women specific, slightly shorter top tube, slightly taller head tube. Also women specific touch points in the saddle, narrower bars, that kind of thing. We have 13 different frame sizes, 6 women's and 7 men's. All of them independent molds. Tube shape and carbon fiber layup is optimized for the person's height and weight. So you're going to get the ride that's going to be best for you. The bike this year also comes is a disc version. Also through axles front and rear and optimized for the different pressure put on by brakes. This is the Plasma 5, new for 2015. This would be its triathlon configuration with a water bottle and nutrition box. It's UCI legal when the water bottle's removed, so if you're doing time trials, it can also be a UCI time trial bike. Really focused on aerodynamic integration with our engineers on this bike, so not just having a super aerodynamic frame, but considering how a foot, calf, everything else is going to affect the wind flow past the frame and really redirecting to make it as laminar as possible all the way through. Comes in 2 versions in the Plasma 5 and a slightly de-spec'd Plasma 4, which is also UCI legal.
Hi, I'm Brett Hahn, brand manager for Continental North America, here at the 2014 Interbike trade show. And we're talking about some serious trends in tire width right now. Certainly, wider profile rims have moved the needle pretty quickly from what was a fair standard in 23 millimeter to now 25 and even pushing into the 28s. It's a bit of a misnomer or some confusion between tire width and rolling resistance. Everyone naturally thinks that a wider tire is heavier and rolls slower. It's actually the polar opposite. The basic concept of pneumatics being an air spring, if you increase the volume of the tire, you're actually able to support the bike and rider weight more efficiently, more effectively with lower rolling resistance. Of course, that also comes with added comfort and longer, more even tire wear. So we're seeing a very direct trend to 25 millimeter, and certainly with the advent of gravel racing and more adventure style riding, we're even seeing tire widths going out to 28, even 32 in some cases. So our flagship GP4000 is now available 23, 25, 28. Of course, our 4th season, which is basically a GP4000 with added puncture resistance with a second layer of Vectram beneath the tread and Duraskin sidewall protection. So that's the top level performers. And then in the Gator Skin and Gator Hard Shell, we actually offer 32. So we've got a nice round offering of larger volume options, and something that your customers should definitely be thinking about and trying out.
author with FIZIK, here to present the new Aliante. So a couple things about this. When we designed this, the first sentence of the brief was, you cannot change the shape. The saddle is associated with comfort from the day we started making it. So a couple key features that we've changed. One being the finish. It's so much cleaner, just looks much better. It looks more futuristic. Just more up to date. Another thing we've done is each respective model is between 30 and 45 grams lighter than its previous generation model that was the same. So what we've done is we've taken a product, made it lighter, made it more robust, made it faster, and even look a lot better, and kept the price the exact same. So I'm sure you're going to love it. Check out the new Aliante from FIZIK. Here to show you the new R3. This year we're featuring the new IP1 BOA system. The new IP1 BOA system actually tightens and micro-loosens, as well as full release. Also, we are featuring a new unidirectional carbon fiber outsole. We are having a replaceable heel pad. The upper is constructed of a one piece. What that does for you is ensures an amazing fit. So we did over 100 iterations of this shoe before we actually went to production with it. So fit was number one. The BOA really helped us get there. And then the Italian construction really finished it off and made it perfect. So I'm sure you're going to love the new R3 BOA.
Love it. Like I meet people that are diehard Curve fans.
Okay, so new for 2015 is the Tritone in a wider version, the 6.5. Key features with this saddle: wider nose for that rider that felt that the old Tritone wasn't quite as wide. This saddle is going to be primarily for the time trial and triathlon market. Key features: it's still going to have the rack in the back where you can hook up your CO2 and cages, and also the front hook for the triathlete that is doing the bike split. Put the saddle right there. It's very nice. This saddle will also be offered in two options for rail. The Kiam and also the carbon rail version will be available. Different colorways for each. And we will still offer the original 5.5 width in both Kiam and carbon.
Hi, this is Devin with BMC. I want to take you through our Team Machine and a couple other models that we have updated for 2015. The Team Machine is the flagship model for the BMC racing team. You might have seen it under TJ Van Garderen when he just picked up the US Pro Challenge win just a couple weeks ago. And it really kind of is the basis for everything that is BMC. We launched it last year, and to do so, we developed brand new rapid prototyping software in which produced about 34,000 different iterations of this frame before we were actually able to prototype it. We looked at things like comfort, stiffness, and weight, and basically this prototyping software came back and told us what the ideal for all of those categories were based on the values we had. So this is the actual model. This is it. This is what came out. And if you look close, you can see some really key fine details that we were able to develop from ACE Technology. In a nutshell, it's a lot of compliance built into the fork, through the top, through the seat stays, and in the seat post. And that's complemented very nicely with a really stiff head tube, really oversized down tube, and a huge bottom bracket and chain stays throughout the bike. And what that gives you is a super lightweight bike that handles like it's on rails, but won't beat you up if you're riding it all day. Like I said, it's the choice for the BMC racing team. It's available in 3 different configurations: the SLR 1, the 2, and the all-new 3 for this year. Brand new for 2015, BMC returns to the world of cyclocross. We've been kind of out of the call-up since 2008. This year, due to popular demand and an absolutely booming cross scene, we've relaunched the Cross Machine CX-01. We're really excited at this bike. I know we just talked about the Team Machine. You're seeing a lot of the same technology in the Cross Machine. So you're going to get a lot of compliance coming out of the fork, the seat post, and the seat stays, but you've got a super super stiff monster that's great for accelerating out of corners. You've got a lot of mud clearance throughout the entire bike. It's really, really well thought out for a cyclocross weapon. A couple of key features on the bike in terms of specification. This bike is disc specific, features some very clever internal cable routing that's going to keep the cables out of the way when you're working with the bike. Throughout the back, you're also going to see a lot of the compliance, and it's also a 1x11 specific frame if you purchase it as a complete. And you do actually get a front derailleur hanger. You can build it as you wish if you purchase the frame set outright. We're absolutely stoked to have this thing back, and we're looking forward to getting out and racing. Finally, we've got the Gran Fondo GFO2, and this bike is part of what we call our Endurance Series. And with the Endurance Series, what you're going to see is a slightly taller head tube. It's going to be a little bit more compact geometry, which is fantastic if you're into maybe a little bit more of an upright riding position. But at the same time, the really cool thing to note is that this is actually a frame that is, or a similar frame that is raced in Paris-Roubaix and Flanders. So at BMC, we make bikes that are race-driven. So despite it being a little bit more upright, despite it being a little bit more relaxed, you know that it's a thoroughbred racehorse. And to kind of complement that, or to explain that a little bit better, it's really a story of two different bikes here. If you look at the fork, all the way through the narrow top tube, the super slim chain stays or seat stays down here, it really tells the story of a compliance. And that's because this is the most comfortable bike that we've actually ever produced. It's going to keep you fresh, and I mean, it's the Gran Fondo. If you go out and you ride a Century, if you're on some rougher roads, it's going to keep you a little bit more fresh in the saddle. It's going to keep you rolling all day. At the same time, when you get up out of the saddle, when you're putting power to the pedals, this massive head tube, this huge down tube, the oversized bottom bracket, and these super stiff chain stays are going to give you some phenomenal sprinting power. So when you think of an endurance bike, it's really not just about the riding position. It's also about a fantastic bike that's going to ride really well. It's going to respond when you want to, and it's going to handle like it's on rails. A couple little creature comforts. This bike is intended to kind of get a little bit rough. It's not your traditional road bike. So it comes with a built-in chain catcher that you're going to find right behind the crankset. If you hit some rough stuff and the chain wants to skip, this won't let it. It also comes spec'd with 28C tires, which is great for gravel grinders, a little bit rougher roads. You let a little bit of tire pressure out and you actually have a really soft, comfortable ride. The bike also features DTI, which means it's future-proof. DTI is dual transmission integration. So you can run a mechanical system or an electronic system with internal routing throughout the entire frame. The battery goes in the seat post. So really fantastic riding bike for somebody who wants something, again, a little bit more upright, but also wants to get it out of the saddle and give her a little bit.
Hi, my name is Brent Myers. I'm the National Sales Manager for Stromer US. Here to talk to you a little bit about our company, the industry, and where we're going for Stromer in the future. So Stromer actually is one of the most successful producers of electric bikes located in Switzerland. In about a little over 2.5 years ago, we launched in the US, and the first product that we launched in the US was called the Stromer ST1. The Stromer ST1 really caught everyone off guard and took everyone by surprise because it was really the first electric bike in the United States that was really built from the ground up to be an electric bike. It wasn't just a motor and a battery, strapped to a bike. It was, it was a fully integrated electric bike. And as you can see, when I say integrated, the battery is laced into the down tube. It's removable. You can either charge the battery on board or off board. The bike goes about 30 miles an hour. For this one, I'll do probably 30 to 40 miles and above in range. So, like I said, we launched this in the U.S. It really took off. The brand started to grow significantly. We were able to put together a pretty impressive dealer network, working with both traditional independent bicycle dealers and also specialty electric bicycle shops. And together, they've really able to
get the brand out and sell bikes to our demographic, which tends to be, we get a lot of commuters, people that are looking to go from point A to point B and get there quickly and efficiently and not tired. We have active adults, baby boomers, people that may not be able to ride like they used to, but still want to get out there and ride. We have people with injuries or disabilities, whether it's weight, bad backs, allows them to get on and ride again. And then, of course, early adopters, people that have to have the newest and coolest technology. So we add all those demographics together, and it creates a pretty nice market for Stromer. Stromer is definitely geared towards the person that wants a premium product. We're not entry level. I don't even think we're really mid-level. It's for someone who wants the best of the best that's out there. And speaking of the best that's out there, this is actually. We're debuting this in the U.S. at Interbike right now. This is the Stromer ST2. It will be available in this coming March. So really, what's unique about the ST2? A lot. For one, the battery is a 814 watt-hour, 48-volt lithium-ion battery. So your range on this bike for one charge is going to be around 90 miles. The same thing with the battery, can be removed and charged off-board, and it can be charged on-board. The motor that we're using, you'll notice that it's a little bit smaller in the ST1 motor. It's called our new Sino-Drive motor, and it produces about 20% more torque. So the ST2 has a ridiculous amount of torque. However, it's so smooth, you don't even really feel the motor turning on or turning off. You just feel this constant power behind your pedaling. One of the cooler things about the ST2 is the fact that it runs off of a GSM network. So much like your cell phone, before we had 3G or 4G, LTE, whatever, everyone's phone ran off of GSM. And actually, this is what this bike runs off of. So it has a full touchscreen display, so you can do everything from your display. But with the GSM network, for example, you can do and I'll show you here in a second with the app. There's an app that goes for Android and Apple, and you can actually tune and adjust your speed and torque and sensitivity from your application on your phone. If someone steals your bike, you're able to basically open the app, remotely shut down the rear wheel, so you're locking up the rear wheel, and you can then use the real-time GPS on your phone to recover your bike. So I don't believe anything like that's been done before in the electric bike industry, and we're pretty excited about that. From a maintenance standpoint, the fact that it's all CAN bus wireless is pretty important. So no longer is there any troubleshooting and trying to figure out what's wrong with my bike, taking it to a dealer and having the dealer trying to figure it out. The bike runs self-diagnostic tests, and it actually reports any problems or issues right back to your cell phone. So whenever there's something wrong with the bike, if there's ever a problem, you know immediately, and there's no guessing what's wrong. You're able to basically understand it and hopefully fix it right there. Regenerative braking as standard on all of our bikes, and the regenerative braking on the ST2 is pretty significant, getting somewhere between 5 and 7% energy back into the battery. So custom carbon fork, everything you see on the bike is included. The front and rear fenders, integrated light system. There's a sleep mode on it, so the bike will fall asleep if you're not using it, and when you move it, it turns on. You can see the integrated daylight system, and then also very cool, this is a USB cable this is a plug where you plug your USB and charge your cell phone or anything that'll plug into a USB. So it's actually quite useful. So yeah, look for it in all of our dealers starting in March, and you can visit stromerbike.com with any questions you might have. Thanks.
For more videos and awesome cycling content, be sure to subscribe.